All right, welcome to the man cave. Today we're going to be doing a little project that's supposed to make my life a little bit easier. Current status of the man cave, by the way, is we have one KTM 690 and 3 Vespas. All right. So when I'm going places, I normally will put a ramp on the back of my pickup truck and load this sucker up. The problem with pickup trucks nowadays is they've made them so high that when you're trying to load them up, then you have trouble, at least I do, of running it up right with the handlebars, and you're taking it up here, right, and then you tie it down, and I've had all sorts of little loops to tie it down over the years, but my back is hurting. So I'm going to key off of something that Ron will say it was his idea, but why not? Is that he showed up at the last KTM Adventure Rally, that's this one here, and he had brought 3 ladies with him, his sister, his wife's sister, and his sister. So anyway, so the truck was packed full of their baggage and there was no room for the motorcycle. So he put his KTM 690 with an adventure type fairing like I have on mine, and he put it on a bumper rack on his pickup truck. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to be going down to Mexico, and from time to time, if I want to go someplace and Becky's not along to help me catch the bike when I push it up the ramp, or help me get down, I don't want to fall and break a hip or something like that. So I bought this here ramp. I got it off of Amazon, and cost me $170. I think it was. I'll double check it and you'll see that on there. There's a little goober right there. And so that's the deal. So I'm going to unpack this thing, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'll start with a small box. See what's in here. This box weighs 32 pounds, so that's about at my limit of lifting weights without hurting my back. So my big concern though is really when I go to mount this thing on the truck, I'm going to need some help, because this box is 60 pounds. That's full of 90 pounds. So this is kind of cool. Looks like a lot of stuff is pre-assembled. Here's a bolt that evidently should be there. It must have rattled off while it was riding. These are still here. There's a bolt that's going through there. Here's a loose bolt. Here. There's a loose nut to go with a loose bolt. See if there's any more. Okay, so we got this unit here, and it's got a bolt and a bolt. Oh dear. There's a hole in the side, but looks like I have a bunch of loose hardware there that hopefully I'm not going to run short. So see if we all match up. There's lots of nuts in here, but there's that hole in the side here. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Let's put all those right here, see if we can't match them up. The fact that it's got some stuff preloaded is kind of nice, kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. In case you're wondering what that noise is in the background, That's me and Deacon riding in Baja. I like to watch my own videos. Getting ready to organize a ride around Baja with some friends, and I'm trying to get ideas what's going to be the best way for everybody. So got that. Let's move this over here. Crossbars, a wheel chock, obviously, and this is the actually part that goes into the truck hitch, and we can discard this guy. Anything else? Nope. So I'm just doing a little sanity check. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nuts. Oh, and here's a loose bolt. So that's our missing bolt. I think we're good. Yay! All right, let's tackle this big box. Where's my box cutter? So I don't know if you guys want to consider this. If you're young enough and your pickup truck is short enough, might be one thing, but one advantage could be that two things. I've put 2 scooters in here before, my Vespas, because my wife and I thought about maybe taking these guys back to over to Mexico, but man, the import duty is like $500 each. So, and current laws in Mexico, it's getting prohibitively expensive to bring vehicles down, especially if you're towing something behind an RV. You need to, your wife needs to get out and drive the vehicle that you're towing behind the RV. So we got the ramp. Now I wanted a solid ramp. All right, there's some ramps that are like this, that have cross pieces across, but if I was wanting to put the scooter on there, those little wheels would fall in between them. Now, the reason I went with this one is it does have just a solid frame, and I thought that U-channel would be easier to load the bike up. Oops. Come on. All right, so that's the actually loading ramp part. It's actually fairly long. That's a good thing. I wonder where this thing was made. You can normally tell by the writing in the instructions by their English whether or not it's made in USA or not. Anyway, so you Canadians watching this probably don't care. I'm still a made in USA guy whenever I can. I think if Harley Davidson or Indian started making dual sport bikes, I'd probably buy one. Wow, so this is really hold on, let me get this thing out. This is fairly substantial. All right, look at this. That's very reinforced. This thing is strong. Wow. And I'm a mechanical engineer, so if I say it looks really strong, I'm telling you it's strong. So it looks like it's got 4 holes on this side. These 2 are going to be for the loading ramp. These 2 are going to be for these cross braces. These 2, this cross brace. And you got a bunch of holes here for the chock. The best thing to do is when you're parked somewhere, maybe the curb's going to be over here, so do the loading ramp from this side. Where we're going to go. Of course, it might end up be different, but I think the way they're asking you to do this, because take a look at this. see this, they've got these reflectors. They're kind of wimpy. Alright, so there's just little stickers to be the reflectors, but it's good to have that. 600-pound capacity. Yeah, made in China. Well, too bad. Okay. Probably should look at the directions. What do they want me to do? Keep my work area clean. They have never seen my man cave, right? Stay alert. All right. Do not modify it. So let me go find the right bolts. It's going to be pretty obvious how everything goes together. They actually say, I think, put the hitch receiver on first, and then bolt everything to it. But I don't want to be bending down on my knees, so I'm going to do it right here in the pickup bed. Once I get it all assembled, then I'll go ahead and I'll get my friend and we'll slide it into the hitch and we'll see how it works. Okay, so let me get some tools. Looks like I'm gonna need some 14mm or 9/16 and a 5mm Allen wrench. In order to build this, we need 17mm wrench. I got a gear wrench and a 17mm for the other side, the nut if I need it, and a probably it looks like a 5mm Allen. I also got this guy. That'll get us through it. All right, so the first that I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and mount the cross braces on here. Here's one. All right. So this is kind of cool. Now they're not hermaphroditic because there's a piece here, and I'm not too sure what that's for. So let's find out where it's supposed to go. Okay, so this part here on both these cross braces with the little wing nut, that goes to the inside because that's how the ramp is going to be stowed once we're on the way, once we're on the road. Okay, so it goes in this way. First step, take this part off and put that under there. And I think it says, I think the bolts, not too sure if they go down or they go up. They're showing the bolts going down, even though the guy in the factory temporarily installed it. So one there, one there. Now they do have nuts or nylocks, so that's good, right? Get one started. And the other advantages too, I guess, if I should be able to, anyway, I guess I just mentioned this, you know, I could put the 2 scooters in here and put my 690, or I could take all 3 scooters someplace. So that's another good advantage of the this ramp. So here comes the mail person. And Deacon's running off to go get a biscuit from the mail person. That'd be Sheila. Only so much attention I can give that boy. Here. that stuff for me? Thank you. Thanks, Sheila. See, there's a little ratchet in it. That's why I was holding it, and then my Allen was just ratcheting it on this side. If you were wondering why I was doing it that way. Do everything I can to keep from getting down on my knees, including falling off the bike. So I hope the wind noise. It's like this guy. Oh, so Ron and Chris, who both own these kind of racks, suggest that I get the tilting kind, where to get the tilting kind. So as it would be tilted down as you roll it up, and then the bike would just then fall into place. But I don't know, I didn't see those on Amazon the other night when I was looking for them, so I didn't bother. Plus they'd probably be a lot more expensive. My preference is always to have a bike in the back of the truck. You never know if it might be sideable. Okay. This thing's pretty wide, the channel, so definitely it looked like you could probably put even like a 1190 or something on it. Or a sport bike. No Harleys. It's got a 600-pound weight limit. See if there's a preferred. Oh, so there. One thing this does have. It's called a butterfly, and that's this. And its goal is you're going to roll the bike up on it, right? And then it's going to rock forward to keep the bike from going backwards. So that's kind of cool. This looks pretty straightforward. It just goes to these two holes, 4 holes, 2 on each side. No adjustment needed. And it appears to go to the right hand side, and there's my instructions blowing away. little bit better because then you're not bashing your knuckles as you're coming up using the gear wrench. Let's go to this crossbar rack next. When you slide it on, it's to keep it, this is to keep it from rattling back and forth when it's on your hitch. And I could edit out half my movements, but if you want to see exactly how long it takes, that's kind of the purpose of my videos, both in riding and in maintenance. Alright, so let's put this guy through this way. Whoops. Bad idea. Okay. So we got a bolt that goes in like this. So obviously this one's going to be easier if we flip it upside down. Let's get this thing started. Well, okay. It's always a good practice to make sure all your holes, your bolts go in all the holes before you tighten them all down. To make sure that all the holes will go in where they're supposed to go. Alright, seems kind of straightforward, but sometimes you can tighten it, then whatever's clearance is in the hole makes it impossible to get to it. Slowly, without picking up all the weight. I'll leave half the weight on the truck as I'm flipping it over. I'll start with the hardest one, which is down the inside. a second ago on how to mount this little cradle. That's supposed to be part of it. Remember, it's supposed to go somewhere up here. You have to pick the right place for it to go. And so I was going to say, you might have to put the bike on in order to if it goes on the outside or the inside. Seems to me as if it's going to go on the outside. So you roll the bike up, right? The idea is, and your wheel goes plunk like that, and it's now in this little cradle thing like that, right? So how do I know which of these holes to put in here? Because they've given me a big combination of them depending on what kind of scooter or motorcycle you're putting on there. So I happen to have in my possession is a brand new done front tire, which is on my bike. So I just have to stick that sucker right here, right? And then I can figure out which one it needs to be in, right? I know, you're thinking I'm so clever. And obviously you're not going to want to tighten these bolts down all the way, because it's got a pivot, so that's another reason why you got a lock nut. You can kind of adjust the slop. Just got to tighten a little bit. Let's see if it. Take my fictitious motorcycle and you roll it on here. It goes like this and goes bang. Well, that seems to work. Okay. So the second one in for a 21-inch front wheel. So that seems to fictitious motorcycle. Pink. All right. All right. So on the where they stuck the reflective sticker, if you put it here, then it kind of rubs against the sticker and takes it off. But I might want to replace this with actual some bigger stuff. Ron was kind of anal. He actually extended his tail lights to it, so when he hit the brakes on it, the light shone up. So maybe if I have time, I can do that sort of thing. I do have on my hitch a plug that I could run my tail lights to, and I could run maybe a tail light on the outside, and that would give even more protection to keep from having people run me over. All right. Now I just need to wait for some hombres to come by before I do anything more. Otherwise my wife will kill me if my back is hurting. So thanks so much for watching so far. We'll pick this up again. Alright, little addendum. I didn't like the way this thing was moving. You know, it was binding here in the corners. And right now I got it really moving smooth. With hardly any slack in it. And so what I did is I took this crescent wrench like this. So I got it right there, right by that hole, and I just pushed to the inside, created a little relief for it, and I did that all on all four sides. Just like this. Just a little bit. And now if you look down here, you see how the pocket kind of goes in like this, across and then back up on the same one. And then I used some of my Motorex chain lube, and I sprayed it just a little bit right in both sides. So now this thing is moving nice and freely. And I tightened these bolts up just a little bit more. And so there's no stress on the bars, because, you know, welding always kind of makes things moving around. And so I'd suggest doing that. I like a nice smooth running mechanism, don't you? Okay, so we got this working. It's got nice and got this all adjusted, lubricated, good. Works good for the tire. Get rid of that. We get the market on the tailgate. I have my friendly assistant to help out, and it basically weighs 60 pounds. So we got to get the whole window. We're going in then.
I can't see. Where? Oh, you want to push it in further?
Do you see that hole?
No, I don't actually.
Well, look around the side.
Might be okay.
There we go. Okay. All right, and then okay, little pin. Now I do have a locking style somewhere. Now this part here is used to keep this thing from rattling. So we tighten up all these bolts. Should be able to are used to mount the rail or the ramp. So let's go ahead and grab that ramp. Okay, so that's a really long ramp, and theoretically I should be able to load my bike up there. So before I do anything, let's go find some KTM tie down. We need 4 of them, right? 1, 2, 3. We're still on TV doing Baja stuff. I really like the KTM tie downs. With the carabiners on them. And then they also have a little strap for the handlebars that's going to go through it. So let's see how that goes. And they give you tie downs for the front, or we'll do one on the rear. You're going to have to move. Well, so far so good. One last push. Dear. That could be a problem. It's I guess I'd have to have a bigger run at it. Let's try it again. So I got to try to do this on my own. Otherwise, I may have to get rid of that. All right. Guys ready? Nope, I can't get it past that part. Nope. Okay, Becky's helping now.
Okay.
Ready? Say push. There we go. Alright, so definitely need two people to get it over that little part unless we turn the motor on. I can try it that way too. So,
You got it?
so right now it's not rolling forward or back.
You got it?
So to keep her rocking, getting the tie downs on the handlebars a little more difficult in the rear, so I'm going to go straight to the rear. Definitely easier than mounting it in the truck. So I'm just running my straps right through my P-Run Moto. Okay, I can't go anywhere. Not quite sure if you're getting too much glare on there. So with all my dog stuff here, and my wires for the my phone charger, makes it a little bit tight. Now, I'm kind of wondering maybe I should get these straps around the handlebars and have them hanging there before, and then kind of throw them up here on the dash, or the fairing, and that way there's less chance of, when you're fiddling around with this stuff, you can just grab it and do it. A little twist in it, but that's kind of Well, I'm pretty pleased with the stability of this part. We'll just, as normal, we'll draw these out so they're not flopping around. If you have a nice angle on here that wants to drive the bike forward into the front shock, I don't know if I'm going to keep this. If I find a lot of troubles and I'm having trouble rolling it up by myself, or I'm going to need another person around, then I might as well just put it in the back of the truck. And that was really the hardest part. I had to lift it over that. But I guess I can try it again with the motor run and see how that works. At least I can get it off this way, I think, by using my legs. Okay, let's try it this time. Let's try loading it. Well, that works. Sucker back off. Put it back in neutral. Okay. KTM 690 with motorcycle carrier done. So let's go back over here, and it's nice that they give you a wing nut plus the keeper on it. Let's look at the scallops on my teeth. All right. washer down. Inlet washer, so it'll put in the compression. Using the rubber washer is kind of a spring to hold this to keep from turning out. And then the clip is kind of a fail-safe. Sure, one of these washers are going to get lost here pretty quick. I'm kind of checking out the welds on the loop. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. So that seems to be sturdy. Now, what I didn't do, if you remember, I was under the bottom here. I didn't tighten all those guys. So I needed to do that before I put the ramp on. But I would say right now is I think for going down the highway, it looks pretty secure. But I think maybe I'll go look and see about getting some taillights, because right now that brake light is partially blocked. So is that. I don't know. I think at night they would show up just fine. At least on. All right, to tighten these guys down. It's a 5/8 socket, so that's pretty could be 15 millimeter, but 17 doesn't work. 17 on the nuts, and that's the same as a 3/4. No, 19 is the same as a 3/4. So anyway, 17 and a 5/8, or maybe it's 15. So here you got it. Okay, just for some added security, I got my old trailer hitch off my race trailer. And I have this locking part here, so I'm going to replace put this in its place. Okay, so that's all locked in place. Even more secure. So I keep saying I'm done, but I'm not done.